have a monkey in your pants?
Hi guys, how's it going? Feels like it's been maybe a few days since I've been in front of the camera, or a few days since I've put up a video, or made a video I should say, which is the case. Although I've been putting up videos, I've not actually been making videos because I have suffered the rare affliction of the Scottish man flu. You might be able to still hear it in my voice, but it's going, so no need to worry. But if you follow me on my Facebook page, MonkeySpaz5000, a link to it will be down below. Shameless self-plugging promotion. You'll know that I picked up an Xbox One yesterday. I was going to say recently, yesterday. This is not a pickup video or anything like that, but Xbox One. There we go. What else? Burp. Plain charge it. Headset. Adapter thing. Destiny. One of the previous videos I done was like, was the PS4 the wrong console choice for me, or something like that. Loving the Xbox One. I knew what to expect from it, obviously, but more so the fact that one of my main reasons was a lot of my friends and whatnot are on it. And to give you an example, tonight I played Destiny, my other mate was playing something else, and we just party chatted randomly for 2 hours. And it's not even a guy that I've spoken to properly for about, I don't know, maybe a year. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, liking it so far. Add me if you want, MonkeySpaz5000. But the reason I thought I'd come on is I got the Xbox. I've had an issue with it, so to say. I got it yesterday. I plugged it in. It was fine. Everything was fine. I updated it, and as soon as it rebooted after the update, I noticed a bit of a noise coming from the machine. Now, I've not recorded this noise because my audio recording equipment is not spectacularly amazing, and it's noise cancelling, so it probably would cancel out the noise anyway, and you would never hear it properly. And it would probably end up picking up the PC noise or something else completely unrelated. So it was completely silent when I switched it on. It done a software update, and then after that, I started hearing this noise. Now, the only way I can explain it, it was coil whine. It's kind of weird. It says coil whine, but not to the way that I normally expect it. Coil whine is something I've experienced with high-end PC graphics cards in the past when they're pushing ridiculous frames per second. If VSync wasn't on or whatever, you can hear graphics cards coil whining, especially on a water-cooled card, because you've not got the fans or whatever to mask the noise of it. But so yeah, it started making this noise, and it all updated and stuff, and I set it all up, and I was like, that's quite noisy, and it was noticeable. Sitting on the dashboard, you could hear a sort of. The only other way to explain it, if you don't know what coil whine is if you imagine a hard drive thrashing constantly. That's what it sounded like, but it wasn't. The hard drive was not thrashing constantly. When you're sitting on the dashboard, you could hear it. I was like, what's that? I started up a game, and the noise completely vanished. Completely quit out the game, properly shut the game down. It was back, and put it into standby mode. So the console's basically still on, it can update and whatever. And even though it wasn't on as such, you could still hear it. The noise comes from the machine. You can hear it now, but you won't be able to hear it. But I can faintly hear it over the sound of my PC fans just now. I was like, what the hell is that? It's coil whine. That's what it sounds like. And so I started YouTubing, Googling and YouTubing. Apparently there's quite a lot of issues. I watched a video on IGN quite a wee while back, well, a couple of weeks back, with Phil Spencer, saying that Microsoft were going to replace Xbox Ones that people thought were louder than they should be. And at the time, I was like, what, people just got ones with noisy fans? Or obviously that's all the information that went into it. On the IGN video, they said at the time that the noise could be alleviated by plugging in a Kinect. Now obviously I've got a Kinect-less console, and this is where these issues have seemed to come to light for all these new Kinect-less Xbox Ones, because obviously they're selling them out with Kinect now. So I was Googling it and I was YouTubing it and whatever, and like I say, it's a very common issue. Same thing, the console's quiet, you update it, boom, the noise starts. You play a game, the noise goes away, and it's not a case of the sound of the game's drowning out, it just stops. You put it in a standby mode, the noise is there, and Microsoft are replacing it. So on the phone, or on the chat, I should say, online chat to Microsoft, and the person was pretty much straight away saying, yeah, it looks like you need to take it back to where you bought it from, and it was an online retailer. I was like, I'm not going to take it or post it off to an online retailer. They get it 2 days later, they'll maybe send me out another one. Or do you know what I mean? It could be a hell of a long time before I've got another console back. It's not a case of I need a console now, but I wasn't going to do that. Not for something that I only bought or that I only received yesterday. Just like, no, I wasn't happy doing that. So I says, do you not do some sort of exchange program where you will send me a machine first? And like, we do, but you'll need to do it on the phone. And I was like, right, okay. And the person in the online chat gave me a phone number, didn't fucking work. It took me ages to find a free phone number to phone Microsoft technical support. I got through, no offence meant anyway whatsoever, but the person, blatantly, English was not their first language, so maybe trying to understand my accent, being Scottish, was not the easiest. But this person, now Paul Bradley, another YouTuber, I remember when he first got his Xbox, he had a few back and forth, not with this issue, but he did have a few back and forth. And he was arguing with them on the phone and whatnot because they wanted him to update it, reset it, and things like that. And it wasn't going to resolve the problem that he had, and it was pretty obvious that that was the case. And the person said to me, do you use a wired or a wireless internet connection? I was like, wireless. And then they were like, could you make it wired? I was like, my Xbox is there. If you think where the length of my arm is, that's where it is, and my router's just here. So it's not far away, but to get a cable and plug it from there to there, and I was like, if I had to, I could make it wired. And the person on the phone then said, right, what we'll do is, because I think it's a software issue, is what the person says, what we'll do is, we'll reset your Xbox to factory default, if you like, and then we'll update it again through the wired connection. Because sometimes when it's wireless, things can go wrong. That's what they said anyway. And I was like, right, okay, but you do realise it's going to take me a long time to update it. It's like nearly a gigabyte, and I'm not got the fastest broadband. It's going to take me a long time to update this. And they were like, yeah, it's okay, I'll send you an email when it's done. You reply to my email and I'll phone you back. I was like, what? I was like, you want me to restore the Xbox to the factory default and update it? And they're like, yes. And I was like, it's not a software issue, it is and obviously this person, bear in mind, the English was not the first language, so and whenever they said something, I was like, sorry, can you say it again? And try to explain stuff to this person. I was like, it's not a it's not a software problem. I was like, it's a well-known problem basically. If you go online and Google Xbox One coil whine, you'll see whether it is or it is not coil whine. That seems to be the census, or the, do you know what I mean, what people have agreed, or it's not nothing official, but that's what people are assuming that it is online. And you'll see numerous people, and then the person will like, well, saying, well, whatever you read online, it's not always the case. I have fixed noisy disk drives, noisy this, noisy that. I have fixed lots of things by doing a software update. And I was like, realistically, it's not going to fix it. At the end of the day, I know that, you know that, and I'm not happy for you wasting my time. It's a non-issue. Microsoft has said that they're going to replace noisy Xbox Ones, and he was like, no, it's not a non-issue. I deal with all the. And I was like, I'm not happy. I'm not doing it because I don't believe it's going to fix it. I'm not special. I have got a brain in my head. It's not going to fix it. And then, so eventually, after ages of faffing about with this Egypt face guy on the phone, he did agree to get one sent out to me. And then, he says he'll send, or actually, at first he was like, we'll get it, or the other option is send it back in. I was like, right, I'm not going to send it off to you. I've only got the machine yesterday. I'm not going to be without my console for a week, 2 weeks, because the brand new console that I bought is faulty. And then he said, there's not another option where you could send me a console and I send it back. And then he said something like, there is, but do you know about the hold? Or do you know how it works? And I was like, yes, I've got a fair idea how it works. I know other people who have had to deal with it. And they're like, do you know about the hold? And I was like, yes, the fact that you have to give them their credit card details and they'll put a hold on money on it until they get your console back, or till they get the console back and then they release it, etc. It's like, yes, I do, I know about it. Just, and this went on and on and on and on for about an hour, pissing me off something rotten. Like, I felt a lot worse than what I sound earlier on when I was dealing with this person on the phone. So, brand new Xbox One yesterday, console noisy, not like a fan noise, mechanical, whiny, coil whine noise is what I'd describe it as. And they're going to get another one out in the post to me in the next 3 to 5 days. Holding my money on my card, and then obviously I can understand why they do that. Then I'll post off the faulty one back to them. But I'm hoping that the one I get from them is actually going to be fine, is actually going to work, and it's going to be like completely. See if it comes and it's got a faulty disk drive or something, I'm going to fucking have a hairy fairy shit fit. But I hope it comes and it works and it's fine. But the funny thing is, what it is, or people are speculating that the problem is, it's making the noise when it's in a low power state. So if you're sitting on the dashboard, no game loaded, you'll hear this noise. If it's in standby, obviously it's basically off in standby, very low power usage, you'll hear this noise. As soon as you load up a game, noise disappears. Even if you've got the game loaded and you come back into the dashboard, noise is still not there. If you're in the dashboard and exit the game completely, noise appears. So what people are saying as well, there's if you connect a Kinect to it, what happens is basically the Kinect draws a little bit more power, and it takes out this very low power state, or it uses slightly more power, and it stops the effing noise. So I may be forced. I'm not. It's the thing, right? I could be stuck in a situation, but I could be really bad luck, and it could be a faulty battery. So there's loads of people have had this issue. Let's say go online and Google it, and you'll see what I mean. YouTube it as well. There's loads of videos showing you an example of the noise if you're desperately want to know what I was describing. Just YouTube Xbox coil whine or Xbox One coil whine. You'll see what I say. See what I mean? So I could be stuck in this fucking never-ending situation if there's a big batch of them where I keep getting an Xbox back. It's got the same problem. I send it away, get it back, I send it away, get it back, I send it away, and so on and so forth, and piss me off right royally. So I've got the option is, if I get this one from them and it's still doing it, I may just say fuck it, rather than sending Xboxes back and forth to Microsoft. I may just say fuck it and get a connect it to the machine, and that'll stop it altogether. You can get them reasonably fairly priced on eBay, and then although I bought one without it and it's probably not got much future use, I could potentially use it for things like Twitch as well, which I was speaking to one of my friends on when I was playing a game earlier on the Xbox, and it does kind of interest me. I'd like to look into it and maybe use the Kinect for using Twitch, streaming gameplay and whatnot. So that's that. It's one of these things. This kind of issue seems to be only be highlighted now because there's all these new Xboxes being sold without Kinect, so that's why it's highlighting the issue. But hopefully I'll get it sorted. I'm liking the Xbox One. The games that are going to be coming out for it are going to be more my cup of tea at this moment in time compared to what's coming out for the PS4. Yes, it's not as powerful a machine. I'm not just defending it or whatever because I now own one or anything like that. But I think it's maybe the right choice for me. Am I going to keep the PS4 or not? Excuse me, I've got windy pops. I could edit that out, but I'm not going to. I do not know. Wait and see, basically. I do not know. But yeah, that's my little blurb on what's been happening with my Xbox One. I've had it for a little more than 24 hours. I'll have a new one in a few days. Do I just keep bouncing them back to Microsoft if they're faulty? Or do I just fuck it and get a Kinect and plug it in and it'll somehow draw more power and shut the machine up and I could potentially use it anyway? Xbox record that. I could use it for that. Xbox on, Xbox off. Xbox go to Twitch. I don't know. I could use that at the end of the day. But I guess there's not been very much. So that's my Xbox One. A little blurb following now. I've not been well, I have been uploading videos. I've not created a few videos for a little. I've not created a few videos, and I've not really created any new videos for maybe a good few days at least. Although it may not look like that just because of the way the videos are uploaded. But my plan is moving forward. I want to get Sniper Elite 3 playthrough done. It's a lot longer game than what I originally expected. I'm enjoying it, but I've got very, very slow broadband, and 1.5 hour video, even compressing the shit out of it, will take me about 8 hours to upload at least. So it's quite time consuming and whatnot, but I want to get that finished, and then I'll maybe knock the nail on the head for any more playthroughs, unless people somehow really wanted it. There's a wee group of people that do watch the Sniper Elite videos and they do enjoy it, and I appreciate that. But I may knock the long play or the playthroughs on the head unless it's a more sort of retro game. I do not know. We'll have to see. It's quite time consuming, especially with the upload side of things. But I'll hopefully get back to normal next week, maybe. Well, definitely with the videos things. And I want to try and get some sort of schedule in place. I want to try and do at least a Bad Influence or a Games Master fan commentary video a week, maybe both a week, like how I was doing it Tuesday and Wednesday. And I want to do a couple of retro plays for the Spectrum. You can tell I've got the man flu. My voice is dying. Hold on. For the Spectrum, like I done with Robocop 2, where I showed the box and whatnot, because I've got loads. Look, Gauntlet 3. Got all these sitting here. I just mean, Narc. I never knew this was for the Spectrum. What's this? Turbo Outrun. I've got loads and loads of games, and that Robocop 2 video's got quite a few views on the back of it, which I'm surprised or not, because it's something a little bit different. You get to see a bit of the box art as well as just the standard gameplay, and other than just a picture of the box art. Do you know what I mean? Me showing it. So I want to get to some sort of schedule where I've got a Games Master and or a Bad Influence fan commentary each week. I may just do one a week, alternate it every Thursday, and a couple of the Spectrum ones, and maybe 2 of them a week at least. And also got the Troopers High Score challenge videos, which I tend to knock out at some point between a Friday and a Sunday is when I tend to knock them out. But it's quite time consuming having a YouTube channel, try to find time to make all the videos and whatnot. But I want to get it in that sort of schedule sort of side of things. And then if any topics crop up or video responses that I want to do out with those, those videos and on those scheduled days, then I'll do them as and when. But retro side of things, I am still collecting retro. I haven't gone modern or anything like that. You'll know that I sold off the SNES games quite a while ago. All cartridges basically. Obviously I've still got, I'd spin you around, but it probably wouldn't work very well, and it's very messy over there, so I won't bother. I've still got all my Spectrum games. I'll never ever get rid of them. Even in 5 years' time, man flu, if they were all no longer working, I'd never get rid of them. The art on the boxes and whatever is as much a part of the game as anything else, and I've never had such a vast collection of Spectrum games in my life, so I'll never get rid of them anyway. But I am still collecting retro. I've still got my Spectrum, I've still got my PSP, I've still got my PS2, I've still got my original Xbox, and like I say, I am still collecting. But pickup videos, I was getting a bit bored of pickup videos. Not necessarily getting bored of other people's pickup videos, but I was getting a bit bored of making pickup videos to a certain degree. And I was also calming the pickups down massively, because I was getting a bit silly a little while back. But it's a good relief now that the wife like to try and just take a wee step back from it altogether while you refocus or reassess what you're doing or what you want to get out of your collection or do with your collection. Sorry, I've really got a cough, and I'm not going to edit this because it's late at night. It's good in a way to like take a step back. For example, whenever I was down the street, whatever, what town it was, I'd go have a look in the charity shops. Anything there, anything there. Never heard of that game, might be shite. I'm just going to buy it. That's £2, £1, £2 there, £2 there, £3 there. Do you know what I mean? Do you want to go to a car boot sale? Buy this, buy that, buy this. Just like buying stuff that I maybe didn't even really want, but because it was there, I'd buy it. The wife still says, "Do you want to go into the charity shops?" Like, nope, I don't want it. I don't want to. So I'm being quite selective about what I want to buy and when I want to buy it now with the retro side of things. Certain things I'm looking for at this moment in time, particularly for the ZX Spectrum. A couple of rare fucking games in this sort of series of games. This is one of them, Dizzy, Prince of the Yoke Folk. Hopefully you can see that alright. But there's another couple that I'm after, Dizzy games, which are fucking hard to find. So yeah, that's what I'm doing with that. I had to make a wee bit ahead of there because I started coughing my lungs up. So yeah, I am still retro, and I really want to show off the Spectrum games with their boxes and the gameplay videos, because that's where my heart really lies with the ZX Spectrum. And there's games that I want to go back and play. Ocarina of Time, Mario Sunshine, I didn't mean that, but Mario Galaxy games, stuff like that. I may do playthroughs of that as well. So, in case you're wondering, has Monkey Spaz gone all modern? No, he's fucking not. He's just being a little bit sensible with his pickups recently and controlling what he's buying, because it's very easy to be consumed by it all, and by just picking up anything and everything for shits and giggles. But I feel better about it because you can stick money aside and whatnot, and rather than just spend £2, £3, £4, £5 in charity shops and car boot sales and stuff that you might just have shit sitting on a shelf that you'll never ever play. Which leads me on, the thinking behind that is obviously I'm more interested now in playing the games. I've mentioned before, setting up my Hyperspin setup, still fucking about with that. It takes fucking ages, it really does. I updated it, which means stuff needs to be changed and whatever, but it's getting there. But I'm really interested in playing the games rather than collecting. I sold off all my PS1 games, I never said that. Emulating them, as you'll know by the Rayman playthrough which I started. I will continue and finish that off. Whether I'll get to the end of the game, I do not know, because it's pretty hard. But this is a prime example, right? I had Castlevania Symphony of the Night sitting up on that shelf, cost me £80 or £90, right? Sitting there, well, that's a nice £80 or £90, never ever being used. Sold it, sold all the rest of my PS1 games. Guess what? I've been playing Castlevania Symphony of the Night now on emulation. It's the exact same as I'm playing it with a USB to PS1 adapter thing on my telly, not on the PC monitor, and I'm not even shitting you. If I could hide the PC and bring you into my room and say, give you this controller, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference that it wasn't on a PS1. So yeah, I am still interested in collecting, but I'm being really pernickety and really focused on it. I've got a couple of items that I'm really looking for, and I don't want to necessarily get anything else until I've got those items. Do you know what I mean? I've got very precise set goals at the moment in time with those sort of things, but more interested in playing and collecting. It's easy to get carried away, but it's easy to get carried away, and it's easy to forget to play. Did you like that? I'm going to stop now because honestly my throat's fucking drier than a 90-year-old nun's hoo-hoo hole is all I'm going to say about it. A bit of a blurb with my Xbox and a bit of further blurb, but hopefully videos will continue back to normal next week. I've just not really been feeling up to it, just because I've been feeling a bit shitty with the schedule-ish that I sort of said. But I also want to say, guys, thank you very much for all the new subscribers. No idea where you came from. Feel free to say hello down below. Oh my god, I'm rhyming like a mofo. I was going to try and rhyme that, but I'm not. I do always reply to comments, might be a few days later. It's good to get a bit of interaction as well, back and forth with you guys. But wherever you came from, I do not know, but thank you very much, and hopefully you will enjoy the content moving forward. But that's it for me. My throat's really fucked, keeps getting dry. As always, thank you much for watching. Please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I need a drink of Iron Brew, and I'll catch you next time.
Do you have a monkey in your pants?